Alright, Trickies and Trickers, time for the final episode review of the day, which is going to be The Arsenal of Freedom. The Enterprise is sent to the Lorenzine cluster to search for the USS Drake after it vanished while surveying the planet Minos, which many years ago became wealthy by selling weapons. When the ship reaches the planet, they are met by a recorded holographic figure advertising the Arsenal of Freedom, which invites the crew to the surface. Commander William Riker, Lieutenant Commander Data, and Lieutenant Tasha Yar beam down to the surface to investigate. Riker is met by Captain Rice of the Drake, but determines the captain is an imposter and feeds him false information. After further questions, the captain disappears, revealing a floating sentry probe, which fires a stasis field around Riker before Data and Yar can destroy it. The Enterprise cannot beam Riker through the stasis field, so Captain Jean-Luc Picard and Dr. Beverly Crusher travel to the surface, and Lieutenant Geordi LaForge is left in command of the Enterprise. As Picard and Crusher attempt to free Riker, another sentry probe appears and fires on them. Picard and Crusher are separated from Data and Yar in the skirmish and fall into a pit, severely injuring Crusher. Meanwhile, Data and Yar discover that the second probe is more powerful than the first and requires their combined power to destroy it. While Picard tends to Crusher's injuries, Data manages to release Riker from the stasis field. Riker, Yar, and Data are attacked again, with this new probe requiring even more phaser power to destroy it. Data deduces that each probe learns from the previous probe's experiences and adapts to become stronger, and that the next probe might be unbeatable. Why does that sound familiar? Meanwhile, the Enterprise is fired upon by a cloaked attacker, with each subsequent attack stronger than the last, straining the ship's shields. Chief Engineer Lieutenant Logan goes to the bridge to demand that the Enterprise free the planet and attempts to take command, as he outranks LaForge. But LaForge refuses, pointing out that Logan lacks the authority to remove him and orders him to return to engineering. As the attacks continue, LaForge recalls Logan to the bridge and orders a saucer separation, leaving Logan in charge of the saucer, and taking command of the star drive section from the battle bridge himself to return to Minos. Still underground, Picard discovers a computer terminal, which he activates, causing a hologram of the salesman to appear and explaining they are witnessing a demonstration of an intelligent weapons system which is able to upgrade in response to any enemy threat. Picard surmises that the Minosians and the Drake were destroyed by the weapons. He unsuccessfully attempts to coerce the hologram to end the demonstration. Data is able to locate Picard and determines that while the sentries could be said to destroy their own power source, the resulting explosion would probably take up the whole area, including the away team. Picard finally tells the salesman he will buy the system, causing the salesman to disappear and the probes on the planet to shut down. Meanwhile, LaForge uses the planet's atmosphere to reveal the location of the spaceborne probe and destroys it. The away team returns to the star drive section, where Picard allows LaForge to stay in command until they rendezvous with the saucer section, remarking that he left him with the ship intact and would like it returned to the same condition. Yeah, that'll probably be a good idea. Anyway, let's look at some production notes here. Story editor Maurice Hurley saw the plot of The Arsenal of Freedom as commentary on the sale of American Grumman F-14 Tomcats to Iran, taken to the, quote, ultimate conclusion. In 1974, Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi purchased 80 Tomcats and missiles for $2 billion. Yikes. That transaction prevented Grumman from going into bankruptcy, as the United States Congress was no longer funding the project. Iran was the only country other than the United States to use the planes. The story originally had Picard injured, and Crusher revealing her feelings for him while trying to save him from dying. However, the show's creator Gene Roddenberry did not want to do a love story, and so it was changed. Les Landau made the suggestion to switch around the roles of Picard and Crusher in order to take them out of their elements. Landau had been an assistant director on staff, and became the first member of the production team to direct an episode with the Arsenal of Freedom. The model of drone was created by Dan Curry from a Lake's pantyhose container and a shampoo bottle. He hand-animated the model instead of using motion control photography, using his years of Tai Chi training to keep the movements fluid. Nice! In order to blend into the background, he wore a pair of green tights whilst he was manually moving the model on screen. That's funny. So overall, this is a pretty enjoyable episode, and I do like the nice commentary of it. So, yeah. And hey, let's all agree that's something that Star Trek does best. So overall, I give The Arsenal of Freedom 3 warp cores out of 5. Well, join me tomorrow for the first episode review of the day, which will be Symbiosis. So, until then, live long and prosper, everybody.